They're lovely, I hum quietly, looking at the pearls strung delicately across my neck. I really do appreciate them, my dear. I take Tom's hands and kiss them gently before looking back into the mirror. My fingertips trace a path along my jawline and chin as I smile. I was simply beautiful. Almost. Tom had done so much for me lately, so much sacrifice to make me happy. Our home, our vacations, all of my gifts. It made me feel so loved. But I always needed more. I was never satisfied. Tom didn't seem to mind. Tom, I hummed quietly, folding one leg over the other as I unclasped the pearls gently, placing them into a drawer at my vanity. You do love me, don't you? Well, of course, he replies quickly, looking at me from the mirror in the corner of the room. Is there something wrong? No, no, nothing wrong. It's just, I want, I need one more thing. It's the last time, and I'll finally feel complete. I glance over at him with a smile, stand, and drape my arms around his shoulders. I look at his reflection in the mirror. What's your favorite part about me? Well, everything, Annie. You're beautiful. I grin and shrug a little bit. I think everything you've picked out for me is perfect. But these, I tap my temple, blinking a little bit. My eyes were the most boring shade of brown and never seemed to sparkle. It had been something that had bothered me for so long. But darling, he hums, your eyes are the windows to your soul. I know, I insist, and that's why I want new ones. These are dull. They're not my best feature. Tom looks at himself in the mirror for a moment. He had already made so many sacrifices and done so many things for me. I could almost feel bad. Quickly, I tug his hand. You said you would make any sacrifice for me. That seems to work. He nods. Well, of course I would, my dear. It's just, I've done so much recently. I'd like to keep our life the same at the moment. We're in such a good place. You're right. You've done so much. Don't you want to complete your work? Think how much one more sacrifice would be worth. See, I circle around our room to take a seat on the bed. Please. I promise. It's the last thing. That's what you said about your stomachache and your teeth. Yes, but I mean it this time. Everything else has been replaced, Tom. He's quiet, and I'm nervous he's going to say no. It really was the last thing I wanted changed, and if he could do this one thing for me, he couldn't possibly do anything else ever again. I pout as I look at him before giving him a smile. Please. The moment he sighs, I know that I've won. I reward him with a quick smile, a kiss, and a hug. I love you. I love you too, he hums. The selection is quite simple. Tom takes me out for dinner one night, sitting me down so I can pick at my leisure. Most of these people have beautiful eyes, but the ones that stand out the most are our waiters. Bright, green, dancing, and sparkling. Tom knows those are the ones I want as soon as we meet him. And that's when Tom locks on. The capture is my favorite part. You learn so much about your donor. The waiter drives a clunky car, entirely in keeping with his cheap apartment in a dilapidated block on the wrong side of town. It's easy to have him fall down a flight of rickety stairs for a trip to the hospital. The surgery is a bit more complicated, though, getting Tom to be his surgeon and making sure he's able to fit the waiter in for 2 surgeries. But when I'm finally able to take the bandages off, I know it's worth it. Looking in the mirror for the first time with these fresh, dancing, sparkling green eyes, especially after a whole month of healing and darkness, I couldn't look better. I turned to glance at Tom with a smile. Windows to my soul? I ask. Always and forever, my love.